Hello, I'm Dr. Eleni Meletiadou and I'm a course director at London Metropolitan University in the UK, and today I'm honored to present my work on inclusive formative assessment practices in higher education, the so-called IFAP project that was funded by London Metropolitan University. Its aim was to promote education for social justice. So let me just start by providing the background. Lately, there has been a shift from a testing to an assessment culture, that is from assessment of learning to assessment for learning. So peer assessment and self-assessment and generally formative assessment methods have been used as alternative forms of assessment for learning, which promote learner-centered assessment. And these have drawn a lot of attention lately worldwide. For example, peer assessment is an educational arrangement where students judge a peer's performance quantitatively and or qualitatively. It emphasizes the relationship between teaching, learning, and assessment. Whether self-assessment is one of the most popular forms of alternative assessment. So in terms of this study, 200 undergraduate first year students took part in this study in terms of an undergraduate module for one academic semester. The overall aim was to develop students' writing skills. So students received brief training in peer assessment and were involved in peer assessment for one semester, and then students were finally involved in self-assessment. But let's have a look at IFAP implementation scheme. So first we used a pretest just to see students level before we started the implementation. Then there was content instruction. Moving forward, students were asked to prepare the first draft of their final assignment, which was a report. And then there was anonymous group peer assessment, so students created groups of 3 to 4 students and provided anonymous group peer assessment to their peers. Then students submitted their first draft. They received lecturers face-to-face feedback or online feedback depending on their availability. And then students were asked to get involved in self-assessment, and they had to submit after that their final draft. In terms of self-assessment, students were trained and then received also feedback from the lecturer. Then we moved on to content instruction. Then there was again anonymous group peer assessment, and then we moved to the preparation of the first draft of students' assignment, and we provided feedback. And finally, as we said, there was the use of self-assessment, and students were invited to submit their final draft. And this final draft was also the post-test. So this is how students were involved in the implementation of this scheme. So the findings indicated that there was improvement of students' writing performance by 30% in the first semester, and students who were involved in IFAP also increased their performance by 10%. This was a statistically significant difference that happened in only one semester. The effect size was 0.58, which is medium towards large effect size. In terms of students' motivation, as we explored students' attitudes, we realized that students who enjoyed working closely with their peers. At first, they seemed reluctant to engage in peer assessment. Students were also able to develop their critical thinking and reflective skills, and they were also able to understand the academic standards of the module, the assessment criteria, and how these were applied. So we well as guidance for both students and lecturers. We need also to provide students with mock rating in order to train them for peer assessment and also mock discussions. We believe that peer assessment should be used first and then self-assessment, and we also need to move towards more flexible, more personalized learning and the provision of multiple feedback. Also, the lecturer should act as a facilitator who will enable students to take responsibility for their own learning. Finally, we need to promote a safe, non-judgmental, friendly environment for all students in order to cater for their needs. So I would like to thank you for your attention. You can email me if you have any questions, and you can find more information about the study using this QR code. Thank you.